Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Dash Brand and today we're going to be looking at a melee constructor lifesteal build. This is part of an effort to update melee constructor builds in general on my channel, as well as talk about lifesteal. So our loadout is going to be Arrlene Izza. She has lifesteal based on how much health you're missing, and she can also get that when she's going constructor. And she has a 50% chance to conjure a phantasm that does energy damage in a radius. We're using Blast from the Past for more melee damage, and it also lets us get armor from Saurian Hide. We have Assassination, Fumble, and Survivalist. Survivalist is going to help us stay alive. Fumble to help us do more damage and stay alive. There we go. And we're doing this in an encampment mission. I actually had a build that was very similar to this, but it also had going coconuts. And the going coconuts, I was really trying to use it in a dungeon, and lo and behold, coconuts don't appear in dungeons unless you're using the team perk that gets you the treasure chests. So because that wasn't what we were doing, that wasn't going to work out. I also tried this exact build. Is this alive? I don't think it's alive. I also tried this exact build with some weird noises going on right now. With the Totally Rockin' Out perks and team perks, and I felt like the healing just couldn't keep me in all the time. I have a video of that featuring Gummy Queen that I will be releasing later. We're in Hexylvania. We're talking about this hero and melee builds and things of that nature. One thing I am excited to talk about is that they are supposed to be reworking ability damage scaling in high-end activities. So we should be hopefully getting that sooner rather than later. We're also using a Doom Hammer, and the reason that I picked a Doom Hammer for this is because the build already has enough stuff that you have to get from events. So if I can at least keep the weapon as something you don't have to get from an event, then all the better for us. We're also only in a 116 because honestly melee doesn't super duper scale into the late game, and because this has drops of rain, and that's how we keep these videos happening, is by making sure we have plenty of drops of rain all the time. Especially because I just had to level this Doom Hammer. It's only got blue perks too. That won't knock him over, unfortunately. This is where a teammate, like one of the 3 other players that are with us, would come in handy. Or I suppose I should just pull out the shotgun and try that. That didn't work. Alright, I guess we have to resort to the shotgun, and it's not piercing then. So we have that to contend with. We'll do this. Won't kill them. Being melee against these refrigerator guys is really kind of a dick move. Can we charge them? We can charge them. Alright, so we got that at least. And we made time for another constructor to come up, who seems to be a melee constructor. You'll see us healing here ever so slowly off of our kills, as well as just meleeing them. Since we're missing a lot of health, we're gonna lifesteal even more. Wow, look at that. Someone came over here to help. That's crazy. Alright, so the Doom Hammer, we should probably talk about the Doom Hammer real quick. Where's the Doom Hammer? Doom Hammer we're using has crit rating, life leech, physical, crit damage, damage to afflicted, and it causes affliction. The reason we built it this way was because we want to get those big crits and crit chance on that, so that we actually have a chance of hitting those crits, and that will give us a little bit more healing. It's all based on the percentages of things, so that's how that all works out. But the lifesteal build I'm actually pretty happy with. We 3-manned a 140. Look at that, we just stole over 7k health in like one swing. So the lifesteal build I'm really happy about. In a 140 grotto, we 3-manned it, which I thought was pretty impressive. I was pretty happy about that. Obviously, the lower you get, the more survivability you'll get. Is that mine? That might have been mine. Feel a little silly dropping that now. So the lower you get, the more survivability you'll get. You basically just go in and you hope for the best. If you kill something, survivalist is going to give you a nice little boost of health. As long as you keep hitting shit, you'll keep gaining health. Galen's Constructor I really like. It's an ability that I haven't used much since it came out, but the more I use it, the more I like it. So there's that. We'll do a couple more of these. Maybe we'll show some super encampments. Kind of depends on if the team wants to assist. Though it being a lifesteal build, we should be able to do quite a bit of damage on our own. We have our football up right now. You can tell we have our football up because we got that little aura around ourselves, which I'm actually glad that they have things like that in the game. We're picking up footballs, we're getting more attack speed, which means more damage and more lifesteal. It's really good. Look at that, we've stayed pretty much where we started, and we were standing in bees, we were standing in gas. We really don't care what we're standing in most of the time. As long as we have something to hit, we can keep lifestealing off of it. This is only a 116, but I'm okay with that. Ooh, we got 7 mechanical parts. Need those for the Storm King. Who else is farming Storm King? I really enjoy the fight. A lot of people are mad about it, and I can see why you're mad about it. And at the same time, I really enjoy it because I think that it's pretty close to what a raid encounter would feel like in Fortnite. My least favorite part of the whole thing is the meteors that rain down upon you. Like, if we scrapped those, it'd be pretty perfect for an encounter. It's got the mini bosses that you have to avoid. Maybe if, like, we could keep the meteors, just do them a little bit less, you know? A little bit less would be good. We're also using the Doom Hammer because it's got a decent amount of impact. Impact is gonna trigger our kinetic overload. We're gonna pull out Arrlene Constructor now. And with this, you can just hold down left click or hold down your melee attack, whatever that might be, and you just go ham. And we get lifesteal during this as well, which makes everything work out so well. This is a pretty good build. I really like it. We can just stand in these bees for a while. Maybe not tank the whole wave. Maybe not tank the whole wave, but we can go in here now and get some lifesteal off these guys. 69k, we spawned that phantasm there, I think. Alright, so we're on to our first super. We'll go ahead and show 1 or 2 supers, and we'll probably wrap it up. And then I'll have to see you guys at the victory screen. We'll go over the build one more time. Like I said, I tried totally rocking out as your team perk, and for me it just didn't provide enough healing. I feel like this gives you such a huge HP pool that we have 300k HP, which is what a lot of us max out at, give or take, you know, like 100k when you're in a team. So that gives us a pretty good amount to lifesteal right now. We're lifestealing a couple thousand at a time. 318, 330. Yeah, we're just sitting in the normal area here. Of course, with all these mist monsters around, it's not helping things at all. But look at that, we gained health there, up to 377,000. Survivalist will also trigger off of our drone kills, or turret kills. I still love the turret. It's been nerfed a few times, but it's still it's a good tool. Helps you knock out some burst damage when you want to burst damage some things. It's a great thing. I like it. So we pretty much started that solo, did the first wave mostly solo, and we survived. We didn't have to build anything, we just kind of ran around and meleeed things, and it all worked out. You can tell that I was doing, dungeons too, because I don't have supply crate on. That's how you really know. It'd be either I was doing dungeons or I was doing Storm King, because you don't use supply crate there either. Even though I love supply crate, you don't need it in the Storm King fight. That was pretty impressive how people two-manned it. Chedic 2-manned it. That was good stuff. Go check out his channel if you haven't. That's where most of the Storm King builds have come from. Oh yeah. Oh, we got footballs on the ground. Alright, so we're sitting at 700k right now. Let's go ahead and go Constructor on them. We can just stun everything, hard stun everything here. You can't sprint and you can't build when you go Constructor, so that's a little unfortunate. And it takes you time to go in and out of it. But the Doom Hammer works pretty good for this. You can get other weapons that have 2 lifesteal perks on them, or you could go with a non-hardware weapon if you didn't care about getting kinetic overload procs. If that's what you want to do, that's on you. Alright, so from here, I will see you guys at the score screen. Alright, actually before we wrap up here, I wanted to show you what it would look like if we had a weapon that did not have lifesteal on it. It actually is still very good, it's very viable. You don't have to have a weapon with lifesteal, it just makes it a little bit safer. As you can see, we're still fine. Everything's still great. We don't have to have a weapon with the lifesteal. This hammer is slightly faster, it also has a high crit chance. It's an old weapon. It has crit chance. That's how you know it's old. I will show you the weapon right before we go to the score screen. With any luck, we gotta get these mechanical parts. We got Storm Kings to kill. Alright, everyone's just nuking everything. It's over there. Oh, dead. Alright. So this weapon that we were using is this hammer right here. It's got double crit chance, crit damage, damage to stun, stagger, knockdown, and durability. That was to prove to you that you don't necessarily need to reperk a weapon for this build. It just kind of works. Team said GG, make sure we say GG. It was a good game. Once everyone got here. Nah, it wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad at all. I know we only ended up skipping one encampment there, 1 or 2. And I do apologize about that. It's not supposed to be an encampment video, it's supposed to be a Lifesteal Constructor build video. Don't know why I'm holding that weapon, didn't have it equipped. Very strange. Very, very strange. Oh well. So, we will go through the score screen real quick. Go over the build one more time, show you both hammers one more time, and we'll wrap it up. Level 4 loot, 144 drops of rain. We must have crit in there. There's only a single drop of rain mission. Alright, command, heroes, loadout. Arrlene Izza. Also, she's only 106. Not all these guys are maxed out. Actually, assassination might be maxed out. Yep. So, everyone except for Arrlene are maxed out. So I know Saurian Claws and Saurian Hide are maxed out. I know Fumble's maxed out. Yeah, so everyone but Arrlene is maxed out here. Anyways, we got Monster Smash plus Life Leech with melee and going Constructor up to 15% based on the percentage of your missing health. Additionally, we can conjure a Phantasm. That will play into a team perk later on in the season, possibly this week. We will see what happens there. We have Blast from the past, so we have no shield but more health. That's how we got up to that 1 million health pool with our group. We could have probably been around 1.1 million if Arrlene was 130. We have Saurian Claws and Saurian Hide. To activate that, we have armor and more melee damage based on our current health, which does not always work great for this build, but it's better than a lot of the other things that we could have taken. So there's that. We have Assassination for a stacking melee damage buff, gives us 22.5% bonus damage. We have Fumble, 7% chance to drop a football. When we pick up that football, we get 50% damage and 32% melee attack speed that decays over 8 seconds. So it's probably like, I don't know. I was gonna say it's probably like half of each one, but it's not. I know it's better than that. And then we have Survivalist to keep us in the fight, Stationary Hover Turret, and Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush, of course, if you want to be extra safe and extra not die. I don't think we used it on purpose anywhere in there. We used the Hover Turret quite a bit. He activates Survivalist, so that helps. He can also make it so we get a football. If I were to switch anything out, it'd be Assassination. And if I were to switch out Assassination, I'd be switching it out for Coconuts. But that's only if you're playing a mission where you can get Coconuts. I recorded a whole video in the grotto, 140, with Coconuts equipped, and I couldn't get any Coconuts, so it didn't work out at all for me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh no, we gotta go over the weapons. Schematics, yes. We have the Storm King's Fury. We could have used that if we wanted to flex, but we didn't. On that note, I've killed the Storm King twice more. I have the pistol and the assault rifle, neither of which help you get the kills any faster on him, but I will do videos on all three of these weapons at some point. I know a lot of people have already covered them, so there's that. Backpack. The two hammers we were using are the Doom Hammer and the Vindertech Slammer, both of which I believe can be gotten out of regular llamas. You don't need to do anything special to get them. If you want one like this, too bad, so sad. You'll never get one like this unless you already have one like this. Crit chance is not a thing anymore, but I used this weapon to show that you don't have to have lifesteal on the weapon, it just helps. So on this one we have the life leech, we have the crit rating, crit damage, damage to afflicted. Ideally you would want one that's snared instead of affliction, and then you would do damage to snared. But that is it. I'm Dash Brandon. If you would like to help the channel out, please use my code. It is _Brandon on the Epic Games Store or in Fortnite. You can use it in either place. Helps the channel out quite a bit. Helps me out. And I hope that we will see you next time when we do our next build video. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet, but I'm working on it. Reinvigorated with this idea. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.